families were always against me. And there was one female that used a machete to fight me. Mom wasn't the greatest because of what the trauma and where she came from, what she'd been through, even growing up with a abusive, molesting auntie, so-called religious Christian auntie. Mom used to tell me things of what went on. Of course, in life, that's the trauma that Mom went through. It played out during the time, through her life. At the same time, I met somebody, a woman off of social media, where I realized afterwards I realized it was a witch. And I started to notice that she was coming in my dreams a lot. And I realized I cannot concentrate. And the bleeding thing came back again. And I said, okay, this can't be happening. So when I went and seek help from the church and pray about it and everything, they said it was witchcraft that this woman was doing, and she was using marine spirit. So then I looked back and looked past more earlier to my 20s when I used to bleed a lot and having those same similar dreams. It was actually marine spirit that they were using on me when I was younger. You see, a lot of these spiritual attacks and spiritual things, they work through people. And they can work through your family members, your siblings, friends, everywhere you go, jails, anywhere you go. They go through people. And some people have a mark on them where they're just literally demons. And this unknown female that I said before, she was literally a pedophile, and it opened other doors to other spiritual wars, and where this other female that I met off of social media was starting to do that to me. What I learned from this spiritual attacks is that these people use your clothing, underwears. In my case, they did use my underwears in my early 20s, dollies, and food, and etc. Other things too they use. Even your photographs, as again, and they use your body parts to do curses. I will say that I survived about 3 major attacks, and one of them is prolonging. Even up to recently, there was the same female that came into my dream with a dildo, because she left from molesting me physically when I was a child to spiritually molesting me with spiritual rape. There is so many different type of spiritual attacks and spirits out there. Spirit woman, spirit wife, spirit husband, spirit man. And of course, they can be scary. But at the same time, when you are experienced with it and when you give your life over to God, it comes a little bit easier for you to fight, for God to actually take up everything and fight it. And I'm telling you, the reason why I'm here today is because of God have lifted me out of the dungeon, out of the trenches, out of the darkness, out of generational curses, out of witchcraft, generation that I'm coming from, family where I'm coming from. Of course, it's broken. It's coming from generational curses, things that certain ancestors has done in the past, using certain rituals. And I'm here to tell you that God is real. And if it wasn't for him, I would have been dead. Because being bled out about 2 times, lost a baby too on top of that, and including, and it gets much clearer to me too, because when God rose me up back in 2018, after being attacked by the social media female, where I found out was a witch, and you know, she still came back after that by contacting me. Of course, I ignored everything and blocked her off of everything. And when I rose up, Most High showed me everything of what happened to me when I was a little girl, even down to my mother, and opened my eyes to see, spiritually opened my eyes, like wake me up. When, you know, there's a saying that I've called spiritually awakening. Well, that's, I'm one of them, spiritually awake. And when that happened is that when God resurrected me in 2018, 2019 is when I gave back my life to God and rebaptized in Apostolic Church.